Hey guys, Ryan from Combat Off-Road back again. This time we're going to do our chow hall table, part number 99-1041, and we're going to be installing on the JK. If you caught the JL video, it's pretty easy. The JK, unfortunately, is a little more work. So what I had for us is quick introduction, chow hall table. I'm going to show you what's in the box. I'm going to show you how to do all the steps needed to successfully install this on your JK. So that's 2007 to 2018. And yeah, there we go. Part number 99-1041. So we'll be right back and we'll get rolling. All right. So as you've guessed, this is a prop. This is an empty box because they're already unboxed. So I'm going to show you what you get in the box. So basically, table's already assembled in the box. It's going to come out looking like this. For this installation, though, we're going to separate the backing plate from the table. We'll get to that. Want to let you know what else is in the box. So you're going to have a sealed bag with all the components that we're going to need. For the JK, we really aren't going to need too many of these at all, but we'll get to that. And you're going to have this other brace. So this backing brace goes behind it, but it's not needed for the JK. So really, you're only going to need these things called jack nuts for the JK. So you're only going to need 4. And that's really it. So most of the skills in this are going to come from measuring and drilling once and installing these once versus multiple times. But if you put it in the right spot, you'll have success. That's our prototype table. And that's for the next video. That's what you get in the box. I'm going to tell you what the tools are needed up next. To get through some tools that you're going to need to successfully mount the chow hall table onto your JK. So I do have 2 tables. We're going to take this one off and I'm going to mount this one, but I thought it'd be cool for you to see what's going on. But firstly, you're going to need these tools. Okay, so you're going to need it's going to be a 12 millimeter drill bit. So that's going to drill out the jack nut. Right, so what happens with the jack nut, basically it's going to go inside the metal. And if you use a spacer out of the kit here, you can. So once it gets tightened, it's going to flex here, and basically it's going to spread out behind the metal, and that's going to secure the tailgate table to it. So I prefer the actual jack nut tool. So that one is you're gonna set that in there without the spacer. I should have maybe just got an extra one, but basically what you're gonna do here is you're gonna put that in there like that, pull the trigger once you put it in the hole, and then that's gonna pull it and expand it. So I like the jack nut tool. They're pretty cheap, but if you want to torture yourself a little bit, you can just use the aluminum spacer out of the kit and the jack nut itself. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need the 10 millimeter wrench. You're going to need the Allen 5/32. So basically that's so, you can tighten the table and take it apart, so basically we're going to separate it later from the bottom, right? So you get your 5/32 for all the Allen heads. You get your 10 mil for all the wrenches, the nuts. That's going to get you that. If you guys are familiar with your JK, you know that there is this plastic panel that covers the wiring. You're going to want to remove this guy. Basically, upholstery tool is good, but if you don't have one, they're just clips, so you can literally go under there with a flathead screwdriver, pop that out of the way, pull it down, and then you have that. The other thing that's important is a drill, drill for the 12 millimeter, because you're going to have to locate these holes. So we're going to use 4 holes to drill the 12 mil. So what I like to do is there are a lot of holes for other options on the tailgate table. So what I did here was I've just marked them. So that's hole number 1, hole number 2, hole number 3, hole number 4. So the best thing to do is some blue or green painter's tape, a Sharpie, mark those, and then you're good to go. So that's pretty much all the tools you're going to need to successfully drill. Obviously, a tape measure, because you're going to want to know where these holes are in relation to your tailgate. So, and the last tool you're going to need is going to be the Phillips. So Phillips head screwdriver, make sure it's big enough so there's no real play. And that's going to be for your jack nuts on the final install of the table. Okay, so that is tools needed. And now I'm going to take this guy off and show you how that works for measuring up, and we'll go from there. I wanted to add two more things. Okay, so when drilling, so you can either start with a pilot hole. So basically, let's use the tailgate. I've had this Jeep forever, and it's done a lot of prototyping for us. So basically, a pilot hole is just a smaller hole because this is a 12 mil, right? And then it has to match that outer diameter of the jack nut so it fits in the hole, right? So it's nice to locate and measure, and then we're gonna drill that one out ourselves here, and there's one hidden behind there, but I just wanted to show you can do that. Or if you can get a step bit, you know, you could pilot the hole and then use a step bit, and when you're getting close down the tree here, you can keep test fitting it because you want this to fit pretty tight, right? That's an installed one there, and that's an installed one there. So I just wanted to add that. But now we're going to move on to the first step in installation. Okay, so we're going to do the first step in the install. That's going to be your upholstery tool or your flathead. And you guys should all have this little cover. Basically, all you're going to want to do is get underneath there and pull out the tabs, and then it does just folds out up and away from you. It's just these little guys. So that's all. So they're just clipped into these slotted holes, and that's what secures that. Later on, I can show you. I didn't cut this one yet, but once we get the table installed, there is a little section here. You can trim this and reinstall a portion of it if you like. If not, leave it bare. I have some CB wires and extra stuff. So when I'm going to do final assembly, I'll probably take my time, cut this nice, and reinstall it. But for now, you can either disregard this or keep it for later. And then we're going to move on to step two. Step two is pretty easy. We're going to take the tailgate table. We're going to open it up. It's pretty heavy, so it's nice to utilize just the backing plate. It's going to be easier to measure and test before we actually drill. So you're going to get your 10 millimeter wrench. All the nuts are going to be 10 mil here on the assembly. All we're going to do, we're going to speed that up, but basically 10 mil on the two studs for the support arms. And then we're going to have our 5/32 Allen key wrench, and we're going to go and take off the backing plate, and that'll remove it. So I'm going to do that, and we'll speed up the video. Disregard that. So we're going to have our table, backing plate. The next one next step is going to be doing some measurements. So you can either measure all 4 holes if you want, or you could measure 2 holes and then mount it, mark 2 more holes, and then drill. Caveat, actually, if you do have the speaker, I forgot, we have the table moved far enough over. So the table's in this alignment, so you can retain your factory subwoofer with this tailgate table. And if you don't have it, don't worry about it. But if you do have it, you can use it. So yeah, that's that. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the holes and their placement, and then how we go over the holes. So basically, passenger side front, because remember it's driver orientation, right, left. So hole 1 is closest to the inside of the door. Hole 2 at the top, furthest away. Hole 3 back at the bottom, closest to the inside of the door. Final hole 4, farthest out towards the tailgate. So your measurement down from the top, 5 3/4 to center, downward for hole 1, and then inside from the tailgate is going to be 6 7/16 to center. Hole 2 is going to be all the way across. You're going to have 29 1/8 to center. And you're going to take the down from the top of the tailgate again. That's going to be 5 3/4 to center. Then you go back to hole 3. Hole 3 is going to be inside is going to be 6 9/16 to center from the outside of the tailgate. Always the same locations. Down, you're going to be 11 1/4 to center, and all I'm doing is just flushing that out, okay? And then hole 4 finally is going to be 30 inches and 1/4 across to center, and then we're going to be 14 1/4 to center from the top. That gets you all 4 measurements, always starting from inside out, and that's the orientation 1 to 4, 1 2 3 4. And if you follow that, you should be good. Worst case, you make a mistake, it's not quite fitting, just use the larger washers and you can open up these slotted holes with the drill. Just pro tip, if you had to, if you just made a mistake, don't get too upset. Just open that up, hide it with a bigger washer if you need to, and go from there. But that'll get you where you need to be, and that's going to allow you to use the speaker. So we're going to move on. And okay, I'm going to try the step bit option. So we're basically, it's really thin metal, so just take your time. Make sure to drill straight. And then I don't have cutting oil right in front of me, but what? Oh, safety glasses if you want. I'm going to go slow. So safety glasses are a good idea. I'm going to blink really fast so I can smash the shards of metal away. Kind of like the Matrix with your eyelashes. I was God-given luscious eyelashes for that particular reason. So now that I've made fun of it, I'm probably going to hit metal in my eye. I'm going to go slow. So basically, step bit, cutting oil, safety glasses. I have some. Okay, I'm not going to push my luck. I'm going to get some. I totally have some. Okay, so I found some safety goggles. I can actually get lubricant, even better. It's not cutting oil, but it'll work. Basically just a little bit on the bit. So less is more. Get yourself the jack nut. Just kind of double check it. So tighter is better. I'm going to double check with a hammer actually. Where is? Well, I don't have it. Sorry, folks. I can't find my automotive hammer, so I'm going to use this bad boy. So there we go. That's pretty good. So that's one. Then I'm going to open up these guys, and I'll show you how we install that in a second. Okay, so a little jack nut training. So basically you have the jack nut, just back out the bolt or the screw a little bit, just enough to kind of get it in there. And all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze it. When it's in the right spot, that's going to flare it in. So we're going to go like that. So put that back in. You can use a hammer, so I guess hammer would be part of the deal for your tools needed. I'm going to slide that together. And I'm going to push in. I'm going to try and keep it centered. I'm going to squeeze it right to the very end. And that's how you install one of those guys. So that's the jack nut installed. That's the tool. I think I got it Harbor Freight actually for cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks, 20 bucks. Don't quote me on that, but it wasn't very expensive. And it's handy anyways as a afterthought. You can use these jack nuts and they come all different sizes for different stuff. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty cool little tool. All right, I'm gonna do the rest and then we'll show you how to mount it. Okay, so I left the stickers on this one. I put it back up. So basically, once you got it all aligned, tighten all 4 bolts with the washers. So remember 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. So we don't need these anymore. Peel these guys off. Oh, I made a mistake on that one, but it's my demo one. Oh, all right. Basically, Roar's gonna help. We're gonna put this back on like we did last time. Whenever you're ready, friend. Roar, come. No, these aren't for that. We want the ones you took off. The Allens, those, and 2 nuts. All right. So like I said in another video, it's easier with someone to give you a hand here. So where you're gonna want to slide the washer up, the nylon washer, and then get the nut, just get the bolt. Dude, what are you doing? Just the bolt on the nylon washer. Yep. So slide that. No. No. Start the, yeah. Now throw that in there. Move your finger. Okay. Okay, move your finger. Just you have to grab that. So just take that out. Yeah, squeeze that in first, buddy. Squeeze the nylon washer in. Yep, that's it. We just move this around a little. So close. Yep. Yep. There you go. So that'll work. We got to do that to the other side. So toss that nylon washer in. We'll slide this up real slow. Got it? A little bit. Yep, that's good. It's okay. We'll move it. Put the nut or the bolt in.
It's not it.
It's okay.
In the right spot.
It's okay. Just move it around a little. Get your finger under there. Yeah, we'll just kind of. Well, there. Now try. Now try. Let me see. Oh, gotta get it.
Okay, gotta move it a little bit over.
Okay.
Or else it won't fit.
Just slide it in there a little bit.
There we go.
Got it. Kind of. Just wiggle it. Yeah, wiggle it. And we'll wiggle the nut. Sorry, put the bolt in. Just wiggle it. Yeah. Here. It goes like this. Just catch it. There you go. I'll wiggle it again. You got it. Push. Put on. Just push it. Yep, that's it. Just like that. So close.
This is painful.
Let me see. Can I see? There you go. So now we just got to get the nuts on. And these guys down. This will hold it for us while we wait, and we can start these nuts. Start these nuts. I don't think I'm supposed to say these nuts that many times. Did you like that little joke?
That was just
What?
strange.
Oh, okay. So it is close here for the just where the vent comes out. So you definitely want to use the keyed side. So you might just don't get enough with the ball. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, that's okay. It's got the nylock like we talked about. So we're basically just tightening these guys up. You don't have to be crazy tight because you still want the tailgate to move. This one. We're going to speed this part up anyways. Okay, let me see this thing. You see. Okay, so there you have it. Tailgate table installed. The chow hole table, part number 9910 41. So here we are. Locking latches. Undo those guys. Put the table down. We are on an angle, so it makes it a little strange, but that's going to be your cutting board, solo cups, 4 rubber washers. You can have your mounting plate. They can color. Logo comes off as well. These things just go up, clip, and then lock. And that's it, all installed. So most important thing, drill the holes, in the right position. Double check everything. If you do mess it up, like I said earlier, these do have slots, but don't be afraid. Once you get the holes, if you're just a little off, feel free to just drill these out. I think a step bit works the best, the cleanest way to open those holes up. And yeah, you can just use the larger washers in the kit. Cover it up, no one will ever know. And I'm sure if you take it to a shop and they mess the holes up a little bit, they're going to open them up too. So don't feel bad. All right, that's the chow hall table. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or call us, email us, social media, Instagram, Facebook, all those fun things. But super robust table. I really like it. I'm excited to use one on our next trip. So it should be fun. Thanks. Oh, right. This comes off. I just didn't take it off yet. It's like bloopers. So the tailgate, or sorry, the cutting board's all black. This one's a little dusty because we've been working on it, but. So that's it.